I have a nice little video I'm putting together for you just to kind of give an update on things. So there's this man behind me. This is Lindsay Harris. He's from Tomb of EL-Lumination. Notice the spelling on L-Lumination, so you get it right. That's on YouTube. He's also on TikTok. But for the past 7 years, he's been telling people that there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, even on the flat Earth model. So Will Duffy comes out with this final experiment to prove once and for all that the Earth is a globe, because he's going to show people the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And the funny thing is, he doesn't even need to go to Antarctica, because he can just create his whole video in the studio, because he should know it doesn't matter anyways. He's already been told there's a 24-hour sun on the flat Earth system. There's just not a 24-hour sun on the flat Earth system that is being promoted in the mainstream. But the true flat Earth system has a 24-hour sun. And if you want to know how it works, you check this guy out at Tomb of EL-Lumination. He breaks it all down. He breaks down the physics of the flat Earth. But he's being shadow banned and kept down because they don't want the truth out there. The only flat Earth information they want out there is the flat Earth information that leads people down the wrong path, or leads people down the path where eventually they're going to be like, oh, well, it can't be flat because this is the model I learned and this doesn't line up with reality. Because there's things on the popular mainstream flat Earth model that don't line up with reality. And there's a lot of different nuances of the model, you know, and they do that intentionally just to confuse people. So people are like, oh, this is stupid. They don't even understand it because there's too much information coming in. They don't know who to believe. They don't have one person front and center that you can go to and say, okay, what is it? You know, but this is your guy. This is your guy. If you want to know the true flat Earth model, this is where you go. And it's a little difficult to understand because it's a lot to take in. You know, it's not as much as going from a globe to the flat Earth and changing everything over. You do have to know how the flat Earth system works in order to understand what he's talking about. But, you know, everything makes perfect sense. But I'm going to help you understand it a little bit. I'm going to do my best just to give you the basics of it. So basically, this is just a simple drawing I made just to demonstrate. So the center has an Arctic center vortex, and it spins. And the wind is what spins it. And that is creation. So in that vortex, you have the real pure plasma sun, which is a proton. You have the moon, which is created by the sun, which is basically the sun. It's the electron, proton and electron of the atom, the sun and the moon. And all the stars are electrons, and the wandering stars are electrons. And all their images are projected out. And in the center Arctic, it's flat, high up, like where Polaris is. That's what you see. You see the stars spinning around. And in the south, you get a mirror effect, where the south mirrors what's going on in the north. So the northern, well, not the north. It is north because it's the Arctic, and the Arctic is the north. But basically, it's a dual system. So the Arctic center, this is north, this is south, this is south, this is north. So you have two north and south systems with the tropical gap in between. That's where all the winds go to the tropical gap, and it sends all the gases in our room get shredded as they go up 7 layers up. And once they reach the tropical gap, and they all get taken and sucked out by the Milky Way. And the Milky Way is like a straw that sucks it all out, brings it back to the center vortex, and it's renewed. It's like recycled. But if this stuff interests you and you want to learn more, you want to learn it from Tomb of Illumination. I'm just giving you a basic little breakdown, so when you go there, you can have a basic understanding of what he's talking about. But he gets into the physics of it, magnetism, and he breaks it down on a whole nother level. You know, I'm not ready to teach it, but I understand the basics of it. I understand how it works. And also, you know, the Antarctic region and the Arctic region are always trying to find equilibrium. So the Antarctic region is the whole outside. The Arctic region is the whole inside. So the magnetism of it, the magnetic fields of the Antarctic region, it's trying to find equilibrium with the Arctic region. And there's a point where the magnetic field comes all the way up. It comes all the way up, all the way to here, and it overlays the Arctic region. And in the center vortex, it moves, so it goes down and out. So it's kind of like an upside down vortex, and then it comes up and in. So it's just a regular vortex. It's hard to explain. You have to go watch his presentations. But this is the vortex. So this is up here at the top. This would be the stars above, and the stars get projected into the south. This is the Milky Way. When it's daytime, let's say it's daytime in the north. Let's say over here's the north, the Arctic region. If it's daytime here, it would be nighttime on the opposite side. And they would be seeing a mirror reflection of what the stars are doing at that moment, the stars and the planets. So, and this is why you see the mirror effect. So that's why when you look at the stars from the Arctic region, they go counterclockwise, and from the Antarctic region, they go clockwise, because they're actually moving, mirroring each other. So check him out. He breaks it all down, and you're not going to understand it right here, right now. You know, a professor teaches a class over a semester. Sometimes you have multiple semesters to learn a curriculum. You're not going to get it in one video. You might understand that you're getting somewhere, but you're not going to get the whole picture. You know, I'm still learning. He has hundreds of videos. He just breaks it all down, He's one of the first influences that I've come across that I want to watch every single one of his videos, because I want to learn everything that he's talking about. So if this stuff interests you, you need to go check him out. Tomb of Illumination. I'll put it up one more time.